Gazelle's Fury's so freaking cool. Gazelle's Fury's so freaking cool, man. Can't be countered. Can't bounce it for one. Hello, good game. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're having a magical day. Thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. We have a new deck today, to say the least. Alchemist Gambit, Gazelle's Fury, undefeated, right? Taking an extra turn and then just using that extra turn to A, attack, and then B, fling for extra damage. It's hard not to win a match. It's hard to lose one, is what I should say. So climbing up through the Mythic rank today, which is really cool with a brand new deck. It is Boros, red and white, aggro, that takes extra turns, which is really cool. So we'll break down the deck list to showcase all of the strategies, the synergies, and then we'll, do our best to demonstrate the deck within the, well, we do our best. Who are we kidding? But we're going to demonstrate the deck in Mythic and then wrap up with our final thoughts, deck review, and just general channel news and shenanigans, right? So again, thank you all so much. Like the video to show your support. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more cool decks like this on a day-to-day basis. And of course, join the community Discord if you want to get the most out of everything that we have to offer, the contests, the giveaways, the tournaments. There's a ton going on. But without further ado, let's take a look at the newest deck, Boros Turns. We shouldn't even call it Boros Turns. Let's just, everybody as the community should refer to this deck as Gazelle's Gambit. It just sounds cooler than Boros Turns. Turns has such a bad connotation attached to it right now from all around. And the Alchemist Gambit, as far as I'm concerned, is almost as bad or worse than Allround, certainly within the aggro decks at least, because you don't have to have your next turn if you win the game, right? There's no need to take your next turn if you're winning, so the cost reduction down from 7 to 3 is pretty crazy. You don't have to foretell it to reduce it, so Alchemist Gambit absolutely slaps. We can also cleave it for 7 through the treasures that the Goldspan Dragon will generate to kind of nullify that lose the game if we don't have everything work out the way we want it to. So you don't always have to finish out the turn, but if you can, why not just keep that extra mana and spend it on something like, oh, I don't know, Angel Fire Ignition. Put the 2 counters on a creature, Vigilance, Trample, Lifelink, Indestructible, Haste until the end of turn, right? So these 2 cards together are a match made in heaven. Angel Fire Ignition, last set, was my favorite card without a doubt. The majority of my decks featured it, and now we get just some really, really cool upgrades to the deck. We also have the Hopeful Initiate, speaking of new cards, like the Alchemist Gambit. For 1 mana, a 1/2 with Training, we can pay 3 to remove 2 counters from among any number of creatures that we control to destroy a target artifact or enchantment, right? So there's a ton of really annoying things right now. The Hook, the Chariot are a few of them. The list goes on and on, right? So the Hopeful Initiate will basically keep all of the more mid-range decks in check through the removal of their enchantments and artifacts. And it has Training, right? So it's going to be a 1/2, it attacks later. It's a 2/3, it's a 3/4, and this is really good value for 1 mana as far as I'm concerned. We have the Charger in deck, a 1/1. It will deal damage equal to its power to any target when it dies. This is especially good within the deck, not only because Gazelle's Fury will basically double that damage because the Charger does damage equal to its power, and then Fury does damage equal to the Charger's power as well. But we have a lot of +1/+1 available within the deck. The Angel Fire Ignition is one of them. The Luminarch Aspirant is another, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It's a 1/1 creature for 2 mana if you're unfamiliar. And then we have Showdown of the Scald on, the second trigger and third trigger. Whenever you cast a spell this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, right? So there's a few ways to push up the Charger through counters that stick around. We also can use the Reckless Stormseeker. This is a 3 mana 2/3. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature gets +1/+0 and gains haste until the end of turn. It's just a little bit of extra slap within the Charger. Nightbound, +2/+0, trample and haste. Woof. So that's going to be really, really good. basically no matter where it goes, much like the Angel Fire Ignition. It doesn't have to go on the charger, but if it does, you know, you're going to get the job done really nicely. We have the Goldspan Dragon, 4/4 for 5 flying haste, attacks or is targeted, makes the treasure. Treasure's now tapped to sack for 2 instead. That's insane, right? Showdown will help us draw cards top 4 into exile. We can play them until the end of our next turn, which is really nice. And then the Pyre is decent removal, plus we can, you know, kind of look for the appropriate card that we want. So if we have a Galchemist is what I was going to call it. An Alchemist Gambit and a Bloodthirsty Adversary in hand, we can discard the Gambit to our grave and then cast it from the grave through the Adversary if we have 5 mana, right, to put that +1/+1 on it. If you're unfamiliar, it's a 2/2 for 2 with haste. When it enters the battlefield, you can pay 3 any number of times. That's why you'll need 5, 2, and 3. And then we'll be able to cast any number of instances and sorceries equal to the number of times we paid 3 and the number of counters that we put on the Bloodthirsty Adversary from our grave for free, which is really quite interesting. So the Pyre can be recast, Fateful Absence can be recast, even Angel Fire Ignition can be recast, and then if we are discarding through the Pyre, the Gambit, it can be recast. It gets exiled once you cast it, so you can't be playing it and then recasting it. You do have to discard it and then cast it, but it's still fine, right? If you're having this in land or in hand with the Adversary and you're looking for a land, right? Boom, discard it. Here's the land. There's the Adversary, and now I've cast it anyways from my grave. So that's kind of the option there. And then, like I said, you know, you get those attacks in, and then Kazal's Fury just to finish the game. You can also recast from the grave the Fateful Absence, or just to kill anything, open up those attack lanes for you, right? We have the pass in play, the Needle Verge, the Pathway. Looking at some sideboard cards, you know, I like Brutal Cathar, but you know, we're just not needing it. Just not needing it, so that's fine. It's not a bad problem to have, right? This is the Kazal's Gambit Best of 1 standard deck list for Crimson Valley. I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to like the video, show your support, subscribe to the channel for more cool decks just like this. Check out the, you know, just my content feed, and check out all of the Crimson Valley decks that I've done recently. You're gonna love them, and just have a magical day. Enjoy. Going first, we love to see it. We have a 1-drop? Yeah, but not really. So that's sad, but we'll still play the pass. Out of the gate, skis. Let's pull our thing up. We have the Alchemist Gambit as a new card in deck. Hopeful Initiate as a new card in deck. And then, of course, the pass as well. Consistency's sake, which we like. Do we go straight for the Charger? It's always such a toss-up. It's like, what deck is my opponent playing, right? What kind of deck do you have over there, my friend? They're chilling, weighing their different play lines. It's goblins. Okay, interesting. I go Charger. And I want to pull out any removal that they may have on anything that's not the Luminarch Aspirant. You know what I mean? This we will want to remove ourselves. No blocks here. We can't block. Well, I guess we could and then ping it. Oh, that's really, really nice here. Just holding back defensively with the Charger. The Angel Fire Ignition should win us the game, right? That life gain. We lose the Luminarch Aspirant. So sad. Anyways. Let's see what they're up to here. Really? Oh, please and thank you, my friend. Sign me up. Javelinier's gone. We've not played a land, so I'm actually going to draw and discard here. 1 dragon, 1 ignition. We get the land. It's important to not get held up, because now we can drop the dragon next turn. If we didn't get the land, we wouldn't be. So just keep things moving, progressing forward. And we do it main phase, even though it's an instant speed spell, because we need to drop that land on our main phase. And it's a good thing we did. Because we snag that Relic Robber, which is one of their best cards. Oh, no, we should have played the Fury. What am I thinking? We only have one red source. I just messed up. That's on me. I didn't even look at our land. I was just like, okay, untapped. It's fine. Whatever. Whatever. Literally does not matter. We'll play defensively. A 3/3 with haste is nice. Oh, extra nice. We're hit for 4, and then we're hit for 7, I think. I think we have to play defensively here. They would swing for 8. They take the draw, so that's good news for us. We kill the land. And we're getting hit for 5. Acceptable. Grab some life gain. We make the treasure. It's not enough for the dragon yet. Hit for 6, make another treasure, which is great. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has haste, so let's hold up our removal. There's no need to really get, like, it doesn't have summoning sickness. It would just be a blocker. And we have Fateful Absence as a blocker anyways. So, well, blocker. You know what I mean? We're holding on. I really wish we would have not discarded Angel Fire, because we only got to cast it once is the thing. This is fine. I don't think there's any attacks here, is there? I'd rather take 1 damage than give them a draw, sadly. Shoot. As long as they don't get a buff the field spell. Right? Give everything +1. That would beat us. Nice. BM achieved. They need to deal 2 damage. Do they get a shock? A play with fire. No siree, Bob. I guess we just dump into it as many times as we want. Smash. Get him with the smashy. On the draw, removal's nice. Let's see if we pick up a 1-drop or not. The land is really good here, too. Look at this guy's headrest. Is that how you sit? Okay, mono white is never a good sign. The removal's nice. The refill of our hand is pretty cool, too. Things we're worried about is Brutal Cathar, Skyclave Apparition, stuff like that. I'll make the first move. I'm not scared. He just gets exiled anyways, but we'll save these for the Brutal Cathars. I'm gonna probably play the Fury and tap so we can hit Showdown on 4. Oh. They'd attack with the Haven. Right? We do get our 4th land. I'm going to hold on to Fury to use later. Because there's a good chance that when we play Showdown on 4, it draws our 5th land for the dragon. Welcoming Vampire's good. Swing for 4. I don't care about their draw. We're at 20 life. Take our own draw. Ooh, that Angel Fire's nice. So they need to deal with the Luminarch this turn. We can also kill the Vampire if we go with the Bloodthirsty Adversary. Oh, this is good. No draw here, and no draw when the Vampire attacks. It only triggers once a turn, but they do get the 1/1. This is getting interesting now, for sure. We have 5 land. How important is it to recast and remove that? Not as important as getting Angel Fire in rotation. Right? Yikes, that's a forced exile. And that's going to give us enough life for some wiggle room. And then we can get this dragon out and use our Alchemist Gambit just to seal the deal. I really like Angel Fire. It's a ton of damage. We're at 27, so they 100% need to exile that 10/10. And I guaranteed Brutal Cathar. No, a double dumped Intrepid. I only double dump in the morning. Stop it. Alright, so they've got a lot going on here. They can only hit with flying, though, because of the 10/10. We block. Okay, so this is going to get weird. It's only 6 land. We need 7. This works. This works. I guess we can just call this lethal. And then we could double turn as well, which is cool. Just have some fun with it, you know what I mean? We don't even need to double turn. We're just gonna fling this massive Luminarch over. Push up our dragon. Look at that damage output. Holy Toledos! And we're about to take an extra turn and then use an Angel Fire Ignition on that second turn, you know what I mean? That's too much. On the Drizza, I mean, turn 4, turn 5 looks fine. Turn 3 is nice. There's turn 2 removal. I think we play Fury first. Let's see what we get. Yeah. We don't need to remove this. Let's hold up the removal, though. You never know. Yeah, it's just, like, not a threat. If they dump into it, we can take it out, but... Okay. Hit for 3. Oh, it's nighttime. Oh, why did it show the nighttime symbol? It 100% showed the night symbol, not the day symbol. That's what I was confused. I was like, did they turn it to night somehow? I wish they did not. It's daytime. It continues to be daytime as they cast. Wish I had removal for that. Let's find the 5th land for the dragons. There it is. No tax. We should probably just play out the exiled cards here. Play the land. Oh, we play the land and then push up the Bloodthirsty, casting that Fateful Absence from our grave. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. I like it. Chariot's great. Cool card. Yeah, 5/5. We should kill the troll. But then it can come back and the chariot can copy it. The initiate kills the chariot. I think we have to do that, actually. Let's just push up the Stormseeker as much as we can. This doesn't trigger. Moonarch Aspirant again. I think we still have to swing. We can kill the chariot next turn. I guess maybe we should have defended. They just take us down to 10, I assume. It's really good for us because we're sitting on Kazel's Fury, right? That's really good for us. Anish Scald, so this pushes itself up as well by 1. Ooh, but that is good. They hit for... Well, no, this... the growth triggers before the Rangers class. So they'll hit for 10, 11 trample damage. Woof. Woof. We have damage in the air as well, so we just have lethal. Maybe we could top deck a Gambit for really, really cool style points lethal. That's kind of what the deck's about. I'd like to showcase it. I mean, it's pretty easy just to chump block the chariot here. Wow. I mean, I'm not going to kill the chariot, though. Like, I want these counters there. We may as well... Well, no, it trains, though, and then becomes better then. Right, the training makes it a 2-3 rather than a 2-2. Okay, this is where it gets weird. This is where it gets weird. This would take all 5, and then we'd have 3, right? And that's lethal. Beautiful. Put this over there. Right? And we just take lethal with the Fury in the exact same way we did last match. We don't even have to attack. Right? Isn't that the coolest thing? I mean, I will, because it's fun. It's fun. Let's do blockers. And they're like, oh, I block the 9/9. Quit trolling, HGG. Quit trolling. Actually cancel. Let's kill the 4/4 first. Yes, 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 yes. And then we take lethal. You gotta kill their creature first, you know what I mean? Oh, stop it. Okay, this deck is feeling really, really nice. What better finale for the video than a ranked number 200 individual? Wow, good luck, you know what I mean? May the draw be with us. We have removal, we have aggro. I'm looking for that third land, I'm looking for that fourth land, and I'm looking for that fifth land. LOL. Wari. Okay, let's hit for 3. Seeker's out next. We'll hit for 6. Unless it's another disruption. I'd assume this is a counterspell. It is another disruption. Bomber! Hit for 3. I almost didn't think it would be a disruption since they played one on their turn 1. Hit for 3. Okay, we get the draw. This is bounce. That seems like a weird bounce. They really are protecting these health points, looking for the scry. Goes to the bottom. Charger out. Takes the draw. It's a Jeskai deck. Goldspan out. This gets countered as well, I assume. Just a divide. Could be worse. Could be worse. They take environmental sciences for sure at this point. Hit for 1. We're going to gain 2 life here, up to 15. Expressive Iterations, their first play. Looking at the top 3, 1 into hand, 1 into X out to play for the end of this turn, and 1 into the bottom of the library there. It's cold, man. I gotta warm up. Basement life. It snowed, finally. I think it's gonna stay around, which is crazy. This is the latest snowfall that I can remember, ever. Chat saying that they wish they could focus on the game as much as I can. You have no idea how hard it is to even put 1% focus into this. I'm right with you guys. I'm literally right beside you. Don't even worry. Let's see what they're up to here. The Sunset's Revelry is really nice. You're going to be making 2 1/1s. They won't be drawing a card, which is great. But they'll gain 4 life. And that's pretty insane-o within the brain-o. Whew. Gulp. Hazard, exile, no damage dealt. Doesn't die. They know what time it is. Alright, this Pyre is going to draw and discard. We get rid of the lands. Oh no. Well, they have Fading Hope now. Shoot. Can't be countered. Just the land. Oh, are you kidding me? Well, it gets it out of the way. Ooh. Now this is interesting. This is interesting. 1, 2, 3 is 6. We can kick this. I call it a kicker, but they're tapped out. That's just so good. Thank you. If only this was a Angel Fire Ignition or something better. Down to 1, like they can still win this. And you keep the land in hand as a debated. They have Absence. They've got a lot. They have a lot. They have a lot. We got a bad draw. Could have been literally anything else. It's always the land. Kazal's Fury would have been cool, right? Kazal's Fury, where are you? Would have been 1,000 times better. They're looking for some answers when they're already in hand. This is interesting for me. Just wanting to play the land for the turn. And then it's like it only costs 1, I guess. But they still cast the land from hand instead of... What? It needed to be a white source. Because they want the life. Down to 3 available mana. Interesting. And then there's a draw for us that we can immediately take. Thanks for the clue. No, we don't win yet. Now we win, right? Now we win. Nope. Hard mode engaged. Frickin' land, man. Yes! Unless they have a Fading Hope in hand, I wouldn't put it past them. Gazelle's Fury's so freaking cool. Gazelle's Fury's so freaking cool, man! Can't be countered. Can't bounce it for 1. Can they? They have a Sinnoh. We have mana to pay. And they can't counter anyways because Liar. Kapow! Absolutely undefeated, you guys. 4-0. Killing it in the ranking system. Beating some of the most annoying cards. I love it. I absolutely love it. Alright, loving the deck. As far as how we'd upgrade it, we could just have more cards available to us. It's like, I want 4 Alchemist Gambit, I want 4 Angel Fire Ignitions, I want 4 Pyres, and I want 4 Fateful Absences. So if we could just add like 8 cards to the deck. Oh, and then maybe 10 cards because we want 4 Showdown of the Skulls as well. So if we could just real quick add 10 more cards to the deck, I think I'd be pretty happy. Playing this with 70 out of 60. And then because of that, we'd have to add a couple more lands, so we're probably looking at 72 or 73. They could be modual lands, right? We could do, you know, Shatterskull Smashing, even the Angels, the Umiria's Call could be useful late game, potentially, coming in untapped if we pay, and we have the life gain, don't care about that. Those are kind of the options that I'm thinking of. Let me know what you guys are personally thinking of in the comments below, or, you know, which one of those options you like the most. And most importantly, what are we going to cut? How do we keep this deck at 60 cards while including all of our toys? It's really, really hard to make that call. Do not know. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions. We got to figure it out together somehow. I'm really excited to continue playing with this deck in version 2. Should look fairly similar. You know, it might change a little bit with the land base and stuff, but stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Like the video, show your support, subscribe to the channel for more great content, and maybe even become a Patreon if you love what you see. Peace.